Hey guys, welcome back to the Aggressive Aries channel. I'm your girl Shawnee, and today we're talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and hit that like button, and don't forget to ring that bell so you can get a notification every time I post a new episode reaction or recap. So, this episode is called Picking Sides. We start back off where Karen is talking to Giselle in the table about how Jamal lives in her phone, and Giselle really doesn't have time for Karen's stuff and basically deflects the whole entire thing. And we already know that she made that phone call and was like FaceTiming and trying to get everybody in the picture while they're eating with a bad shot. It was basically she did it at the wrong time on purpose. Um, and she basically told us to mind our business. I mean, I get it. I don't want people in my relationships neither. But Giselle looks a little bit suspect. And honestly, do you really want to reopen these wounds with this man, even though he says he's changed? But if you want to do it, I love the idea, girl. Do you? So there we go shopping. And Karen mentioned how Giselle did a little walk across the jewelry store in her post. And Giselle was like, girl, if you don't, she's like, I was just doing a little model for the Instagram people, you know? And I'm just like, deflect, even though we all know it's for a surprise for Robin. And it's like, girl, if you don't just pull her to the side and tell her, and then when she finally did pull her to the side and tell her, like, hey, stop mentioning the ring because she's actually getting one. Karen was like, yes, and walked away. I was like, Karen, you are too cute. I love you. Not really, but you give me life. So, and Giselle was like, oh. And I'm just like, Giselle, you act like you don't like spilling the tea anyway. Okay? So don't act like it was such a hard thing. And the only reason why you did it was to get everybody off your back about Jamal. Okay? Am I wrong? I could be wrong. But I don't think I'm wrong. So they end lunch or shopping trip, whatever, with these rides down this huge hill. That junk looked like fun. And then I was like, oh my god, Candace got dragged again. But it was fun to watch. That looked like a lot of fun. If I ever go to Portugal, I want to do that. So Ashley and Giselle plan Wendy's little initiation with spiders and all that stuff. So they distract her while they're downstairs at a bar getting another poncha. They get back upstairs. Wendy takes forever to get to her bed, and then when she finally does, that junk was hilarious. This chick ran out of her room. Well, first they scared her by being in her bathroom, and I'm like, how didn't you guys have enough time to get out? Like, hello? But that was funny. Um, Also, Giselle spills the tea to Ashley about Vaughn about to propose to Robin. And, you know, she's like, Ashley can keep a secret. And I'm just like, oh, so everybody knows Ashley is a good person. Oh, now y'all think Ashley's a good person. Mm-hmm. I can't wait till Candace finally grows up. She might actually be a good person, too. Well, she might be a good person, but she just has some real big character flaws that just need to be fixed. Like running her yapper. Like, that needs to go. They also noticed that Karen was not drinking on this trip. I'm wondering if Karen's not drinking because she don't trust these girls, especially the newbie Wendy, after she wanted to spill the tea about her little last drunk girl rant. Like, how you gonna just talk about somebody like that? Like, if you're having a moment girls trip, you're supposed to just leave it at that. You're not supposed to just go off and be like, well, I think da. You should just take it and went away with it. Like, it's like the doctor's office. Confidentiality, but I guess the show is like what's in Vegas does not stay in Vegas. I don't know. I don't know. But Wendy, you could have done that a little better. That was a little messy and stupid. That's just my opinion. But Karen could also just have a medical issue that she needs to, that she's working on. So, I mean, I'm not going to read too much into that. Don't drink, boo, if you don't want to, you know? So they finally make it to dinner. That view is gorgeous. That view was gorgeous. I was like, oh my gosh, I need that in my life. But why is the menu on a clipboard? Like, okay, now with coronavirus, that's probably a great idea. Just take that junk off and put on another. Take that junk off, put on another. So yeah, now I can see why the clipboard is a good idea. So I'll take my little comment back. As always, on the girls' trips, they decide to do a, not a tell-all, but a like, let's come together dinner. This doesn't happen on girls' trips. Like, this is how you know this junk is scripted sometimes. Like, but anyway, I enjoyed them because sometimes you get answers that you've been trying to get, and you're just like, guys, why are you guys so defensive sometimes? But it's also a show. So there's that. It wouldn't be a show without the drama. Wendy opened up and tells us that she only sleeps between 2 and 4. Those are her sweet spots. And now I'm just like, girl, now I see why you haven't just, like, you're having a midlife crisis. Your kids don't let you sleep. You sticking up for people that you don't even know. Because you want somebody to stick up for you and you try to tell your mother that you don't want to do what you're doing no more. Like, I don't know. And it's like, I feel like Monique and Wendy could be close friends because they're very similar. Like, granted, she doesn't have 4 degrees like Wendy, but Monique is very smart. Monique is smart. I don't put that past her. And they both got a lot of kids. Like, the fact that Wendy wasn't as understanding about the sleep deprivation from having that many kids to Monique, and why this kind of like gaslit her and instigated her from all her emotions, just like being tired. Like, depression postpartum comes in different ways, okay? So maybe this girl just needs some sleep. Yeah, y'all need to book a trip for sleep. Not drinking, sleep. I prescribe y'all some sleep. I'm like, you know, because maybe that's why I ain't got no drama, because I get lots of sleep. Maybe that's why I haven't reached my millionaire status yet. But I'm getting there. Then Candace finally admits she's ready to have children. Excuse me a minute, I have to go with my tissue. Yeah, I finally realized that I'm ready to have kids. And, you know, I'm going to be a great mom eventually. And I hope you guys are going to support me. Ashley. But yet my miscarriage was a problem, though. You didn't take my miscarriage seriously. I just didn't think Michael's crocodile's tears were real. I'm sorry, real? My eyebrow. You know? Candace, I'm a need. I used to cry about a lot of things on command. So, like, crying is great for the soul. Yes. But I'm not believing this anymore. Like, you fixing your makeup is kind of just like you trying to distract me from your non-realness. Is that what it is? And then she's just like, we're not going to go back to the past. We're not going to go back to the past. We're not going to go back to the past when I was like the same person 2 days ago. Because this is going to rehash everything. And I was just like, but you can't just see how that hurt my husband. Like, you don't see it. At that point, I kind of was like, Ashley, just let it go. Just let it go. Please let it go for the sake of the group. You know? Just let it go. So I'm just like, Candace, just apologize. Give a sincere apology. This is what you could say before you start crying again. Ashley, I am growing up. I'm realizing that the things that I have done in the past were wrong, and the things that I have said were insincere, inconsiderate, rude, all of the above. I'm sorry. My intentions was to get ratings. Or to stay relevant. So, Candace, I think maybe if you open up a little bit more about, like, your childhood and therapy, you might get a little bit further, but I'm not going to do that, never mind. Moving on to Karen. Karen then brings up Ray because she's hashing up her junk with Wendy, saying how, when Ray finally said thank you for being there, it actually, it made her feel good. And it's like he just needs time to, like, get used to the new woman that she's becoming. He's used to her being aggressive in the sheets. And he's like, now it's the opposite. You're the one aggressive in the streets, and I'm the one that's just at home, and I'm retired for the third time, and I'm bored. I want to do stuff, but you have no time for me. Well, you have time for me, but it's not really time for me. That's the way he's feeling. But he's just going to have to work on him. Like, he's going to have to pick up a couple of hobbies. It is what it is. But that was just her way of saying to Wendy, like, hey, I was just letting you know that was a time for me. That was hard. And she was like, I need all my money back. That was a joke. Like, even I knew that was a joke. She needs it back in different ways. Karen needs love in different ways, and that's not money. She likes material things, but she's not materialistic. Don't come for my Karen. But so Ashley revamps again about the whole Candace thing, and Robin opens up her mouth and says something with some weight to it. I'm like, yes, Robin, finally say something with some relevance, girl. Thank you. She was like, isn't it funny how you did the same thing to everybody in this group almost? You butted into everybody's relationships, and then she did it to you? And she's like, yeah. And but see, that Ashley realizes her where she was. Candace doesn't yet. So, thank you, Robin, for saying that. Somebody had to say it. It's like, this is just growing. This is what happens when you grow as a woman. Well, this is what I've noticed what happens when you grow as a woman. And Candace knows she has some character flaws that she needs to fix. So, there's that. So the next morning, we pull up to Robin's room. Why does she have on that hot-ass sweatsuit? Aren't they in Portugal? Isn't it hot there right now when they were there? Why does she have this hot-ass sweatsuit? Robin, hey Giselle, get your girl. Why she got that on? Somebody? Did she ask somebody? No, she didn't ask nobody. Okay, that's what it was. She didn't ask nobody. I'll leave her alone. So she's going through her pictures for the website for Embellish. And then she's like, ooh, Karen, ooh, she only got 2 good pictures out of everybody else. And I mean, when she said that, I kind of was like, girl, really? Are we really going to that ageist approach right now? Are you really about to do this? You're not really about to do that. I know that's not how you want your business to go. Like, I know. Then she goes downstairs and talks to Robin about it. And she's just like, are you going to cut her? I don't know. Just, Robin, you can't do that. That's just not right. I wouldn't do that. Like, you can put her on a different page. And then Robin and Giselle start talking about Karen's sex slave. And then about Ray wearing dress socks while having... Yeah, I can't get that image out of my head now. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks. And then Giselle just says they're going to leave Karen alone. And I'm like, yes, please do. Leave my Karen alone. They break off. You know how they switch scenes. Wendy ordering a pina colada. Do you, boo? Yes, I'm proud of you. And then we get to Candace and Karen having a girl moment upstairs. And I was like, yes, finally, I hope this is some wise woman wisdom. And that's what Karen did, as always. Like, she told Candace she saw her growth, which was nice. and she just like wants her to use her mouth for good instead of bad. And how I really don't care about Ashley and Candace's relationship. And then Candace just said, "Oh, the ball is in Ashley's court," because she's extended apologies and things of that nature. And true, like if you hurt somebody like that, it's the other person's like in that other person's ball court because they need time to get over that, and sometimes it just takes longer than the person saying I'm sorry. You know, you can't take words back, especially stuff that's on Instagram and Twitter because people can screenshot, share it, all that. So I can see why. Then we go back to Ashley, Robin, and Giselle. Ashley asked Giselle, "Why do you have this hot sweatsuit on?" I love Ashley. She reminds me of me sometimes. She just says the first thing that comes to her mouth. Like, I was like, I said the same thing. Then she also admits how Monique asked her to write a character statement about Candace, and Robin thinks it's like an assassination of character, and Ashley's like, she just doesn't want her to go to jail, which is understandable, because it's like, it really wasn't that deep, boo. Like, you actually had a butter knife in somebody's face. Like, you were this close. You could have literally poked her eye out, but yet Giselle and Robin don't think it was that serious. Huh? You can get your wig sewn back in, like, but I'm wrong, you know. I'm wrong for that. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong. Worse, butter knife or pulling somebody's hair. Either way, it's wrong. But I think the butter knife puts me a little bit more in danger. Just saying. And I actually was really bringing up receipts of why she was writing this statement. It wasn't like she just writing this statement because she's being vindictive, even though it could look that way. But also, she has more loyalty towards Monique than she does Candace, because Candace doesn't have loyalty to nobody except for herself. Because that's what Karens do. You know, they only have loyalty to themselves. You know, their family. That's it. They don't care about everybody else. They pretend like they do, but yeah, yeah. But Giselle basically said that relationship is probably over, and I'm like, who cares? Can Candace get off the show? I'm just playing, partially. Because then who would actually? We do need Candace, because if there was no Candace, we wouldn't have drama. So thank you, Candace. Thank you for keeping the drama going. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching my video, my little recap. Um, Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe. I gotta, like, why can't I ever just, like, do this all together at once? But you guys are getting the raw thing until I finally figured out this editing thing. So, anyway, let's do this one more time. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe and hit the bell so you can get notifications on the next time I release another video. Bye, guys.